So guys, what makes the VPN tier list so good? Well, it's because it's constantly updated. The system itself has been iterated and improved upon various times. Now, even when the VPN tier list itself was created, I'd already been doing VPN reviews 3 or 4 years, doing multiple VPN reviews. Pretty much every VPN was already reviewed before the tier list itself was even made. Now, the VPN tier list itself was more like a foundation, a structure for reviews going on forward, one that would accomplish several things, making it easy for people to look at a list of VPNs and easily choose the best one, making an organized system that can be changed later on and still keep scores updated in the present, as well as keeping a good accountability of each single metric of the score. So we have stuff like pricing, application, speed comparisons, customer support, reputation, and streaming compatibility. And we've made improvements to each one of those categories since the inception of the tier list itself. Take, for example, when the tier list first started, there was a category called extra services. I later updated it to the streaming compatibility section, which means I test every single VPN with 4 of the main streaming providers like BBC iPlayer, Prime Video, Netflix, and Hulu. So there really isn't any other VPN review system out there or VPN reviewer who does that to that extent, to such good, accurate links. Not only that, but we created stuff like the RVP program, which stands for the Reputable VPN Program. This is basically a way for me to kind of audit VPN companies and kind of discuss with them and have a discourse about if they want to be transparent and honest to their customers. Now, not that many VPN providers have wanted to join the RVP, mainly because it is pretty strict. It requires them to send me a full list of company management, and they have to adhere to all my policies or they can't join the program. In fact, only 3 VPN providers are reputable enough to even want to join it. In fact, most VPNs won't be able to join it because they don't meet my strict qualifications to join it. A lot of people say, one big critique about VPN is that you don't know if you can trust them. You're just trusting another entity to handle your data, and that is the singular purpose of the RVP program. You can trust the VPNs within this program because I myself have made sure of it. Because every VPN in the RVP program doesn't pay for reviews. They're fully transparent and accountable in terms of company management. They don't do any black hat marketing techniques, and they've never had any major security vulnerabilities. They disclosed or didn't disclose as well. In fact, some of the VPNs in the RVP program have stood up in court proving they don't collect logs. Third kind of component that we made as a measure of good reputation in the tier list itself was checking out the trackers in Android applications. Now, most of the VPNs did have their scores lowered for not being in the RVP program or having too many trackers in their Android application, collecting data on you, perhaps for decent reasons like analytic use to improve their applications, or maybe not so honest reasons, just collecting a little bit of data from you that they can, and who knows what they'll do with it. In fact, some VPN providers have way too many permissions, and it's like, why do you need so many permissions to your phone in the first place? The most reputable VPNs should only have 0 Android trackers. And that's a good basis for iOS as well, because if an application has 0 Android trackers, chances are it's also going to be privacy friendly on iOS as well. So those have been 3 major kind of updates to the tier list system, but we've also implemented other updates to the system and review system here on the channel from community tests and feedback. I think this is one of the key reasons why the tier list and has gotten even stronger this year, especially in the later half. We've adjusted some scores like speed test scores for certain VPN providers based on global speed test results from the global speed test that we ran here on the channel a few weeks ago. It was very successful. We had around 11 people worldwide testing VPNs, and we aggregated those results and combined them to see the average speed decrease over the world, and that was a really good test, and we implemented and adjusted some scores based on that test for a more objective test results for speed. Not only that, but I've done surveys here on the channel asking people why they use VPN, what they value the most, and I take these things into account when recommending people VPN providers to use. Take, for example, the video I made about the best VPN selected for 2021. One of the reasons that TorGuard won is that because people value speed and reputation the most among VPN providers. Seeing how it's one of the fastest tested VPNs in the global speed test, and also a VPN that is part of the RVP program, it was kind of like a no-brainer to recommend people in 2021 to use that VPN. Not only that, but it also excels in other categories like pricing, streaming compatibility, and customer support as well. The third major reason why the VPN tier list and review system is so good here on the channel is because I've never taken sponsorships or undisclosed deals. There is full transparency here on the tier list, so much so that I even made the VPN tier list transparency report where I outline why I do all the scores the way I do. Additionally, I also make updates on whenever I change scores. So I can't just change a score because some VPN provider pays me more. I'm fully accountable to when scores change and why they change, and I make sure you guys know why that is the case. Take, for example, VPN. Their VPN that I've been changing scores a lot this year, mostly because to various bugs or whatever, but I make sure to always let you guys know that's the reason why I'm changing their score, not because they started paying me less or more or anything like that. And that is pretty unique actually in the industry, and you're not going to see pretty much any other VPN reviewer having a transparency report like I do. The fourth reason why the system is so good is because commissions don't affect my ratings. This is pretty much unheard of in the industry for a VPN reviewer not to consider commissions, aka how much the VPN provider will pay them to write a good review on them. So take, for example, NordVPN, ExpressVPN, CyberGhost, IPVanish, pretty much every big VPN out there. They do what is called a 100% commission rate for the 1 month and then a 30 to 40% recurring commission rate later on. So if you buy a VPN from a review, chances are that reviewer or whoever made or owns the website of the review, they're going to get 100% of your money. And then after that, for each month you stay subscribed, they're going to get around 30 to 40%. Now on my channel, some of my top VPNs like TorGuard and OVPN, for example, only have 30% baseline commissions, which means I'm getting 70% less money for a 1 month subscription than some of these other VPN providers. That's how you can tell this channel is based on objective merit of these VPNs and not the commission rates themselves, which is pretty much unheard of again in the industry. Lastly, I want to talk about the fifth thing that makes this VPN tier list so good, is that there are no wild fluctuations of scores. Now, I've received some criticism from trolls here and there saying, oh, surprise, surprise, TorGuard wins this video, or TorGuard wins this, TorGuard wins the speed test. Well, that's because the system itself is designed not only to be adaptable, but also consistent. Now, how would you guys feel if I told you to buy a VPN for a year, and then the next year I told you to buy a different one, so every year you had to buy a different VPN and you weren't ever sure which VPN was the best? It would be very annoying. So the fact that I rate VPNs consistently through the years, I'm not just changing scores for no reasons, and recommending you guys the best product that will serve you for multiple years, it gives you the chance to learn how to use a product, it gives you the chance to rely on a product, and that consistency is something that I think is really good. But it's not a consistency based on monetary value, like I said before. Most other VPN review sites or systems will have a consistent rating system because they have a consistent monetary flow from the VPNs that are paying them either in commissions, sponsorship deals, or CPA deals, or something like that. There's not an objective consistency in the review system or scoring that I have in my system. Anyways, guys, those are some of the things that I've put into the hard work of this system that I hope you guys appreciate, making it the best VPN review system on the internet. Now, if you guys like this video, if you want to help support the channel, go ahead and click on my links on the tier list, which are affiliate links to help support the channel. Or if you just want to like this video, subscribe, or check out the Discord community to talk to me personally. I'll see you again very soon.